I was born in Newport News, Virginia, so I just 30 minutes east of here. I went to Minchville High School in Newport News. I did gymnastics in high school. I played softball. However, that was not a high school sport at the time, but I did enjoy playing softball. I went to college at Christopher Newport University, so I stayed local. I majored in political science, but then I went on to JMU for grad school, and I have a master's in science in exercise science. Originally, the plan was to do cardiac rehab, but the opportunity arose here at William & Mary, and here I am 18 years later. Basically, at the end of my senior year in high school, I started coaching club gymnastics, which is USAG now, and so I've now been coaching for 30 years. Started as USAG, which is USA Gymnastics, coach in York County. And then I moved on to Atlantic Academy Gymnastics in Newport News, Virginia. When the opportunity arose at Longwood College, well, it was Longwood College when I went there, to coach the gymnastics team, it was my opportunity to put my foot in the door and start coaching collegiately. I picked up my prerequisites for grad school, and then I went on to James Madison University as a grad assistant there. And I was there for 2 years. And then Greg Frew left William & Mary, and the job opened up, and here I am. It's a small school. I like the atmosphere here. I have to admit that I like the fact of being able to come home. I am very much a homebody, and I love being near my family. And I love the academics here, and I think it's important that when athletes are looking at universities that they understand that their education comes first, and they're taking a great college career with them, and it opens up so many opportunities for them here. I'm a little bit of a history nerd, so I love the fact that this is a beginning of the United States. I love the fact that the oldest building in use on a university is here at William & Mary, the Wren Building. I love the fact that the James River is right around the corner. Savannah, Georgia. I loved it down there. I took my son when he was 6, and again, a lot of it is the historic nature of the city, and it's on the water, and I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. I love this. I love the southern town. My parents, and the fact that you know, my dad, the way he worked to, he was in the Air Force when he and my mother were first married, and when they came back to this area, he went to college and finished college in 3 years. You know, my mother worked to help support the family while he was in college, and I've always had unending support from them, so that inspires me. And again, we'll go to some historical figures. I love, oh good, let me think how to phrase this. Gosh, some of this stuff is just going to sound so cliche.
It's fine.
I was a political science major as an undergrad, so political figures interest me very much. And people like, you know, Abraham Lincoln or Winston Churchill, you know, Margaret Thatcher, FDR, people that had to get the country through in such hard circumstances, you know, with Lincoln in the Civil War, and you've got Churchill and Roosevelt during World War II, Margaret Thatcher, the first female prime minister. I just find characters and people like that inspiring to me. I like to run a lot. I recently, in the past 2 years, have gotten into cycling, and I absolutely love to cook when I get a chance. Well, we are a small school, and we don't have the financing that some of the bigger programs do, so you have to learn how to do more with less. And you also need to make sure that your athletes understand that you care about them, but they have to accept the fact that sometimes you have to do more with less. And I feel like most of them have stepped up to the challenges, but I don't think we're in a hardship here. I just think that because we don't have some of the advantages that the big schools do, we just have to work a little harder.